How big is big?
Big. So big they built a building over it. In a country outside of the United States of America.
Fighter jets from the USS Nimitz aircraft carrier encountered a UFO off the coast of San Diego. The object was recorded by military-grade radar systems traveling thousands of feet in less than a second. Multiple naval officers that witnessed the event gave their detailed report in an interview.
And that's when I learned that it was actually less than a second. It went from 28,000 feet down to the surface of the ocean, and turns out 0.78 seconds. It was unbelievable, because normally what would happen if a normal aircraft did that? First of all, it would fly apart. It wouldn't be able to withstand the G-forces, and there would be multiple sonic booms. It would be boom, 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 and this did not make any sonic booms.
28,000 feet is equivalent to 10 Burj Khalifas stacked on top of one another. Free falling at terminal velocity, this distance would take over 2 minutes. This object did it in less than 1 second.
This isn't radar clutter or...
Yeah, we were 100% positive it was not. We were all watching the actual interrogation as it was happening. It was absolutely amazing. You know, we're seeing these things up close. It's one thing to see it from a heck of a distance. In the video, you could see it. You know, you could see the way that they looked. You see the way that it moved, that it actually changed shapes. And, you know, it was just the oddest thing. And I was like, oh my God, you know, that's absolutely amazing. You know, I mean, and then, you know, seeing what it was doing, you know, it was going to, you know, over 25,000 feet and then coming down in, you know, no time, zero time at all. I mean, like, you could blink and it was already there. You know, I mean, it was so ridiculously fast. I mean, and the turns that it made and the way that they moved were, as far as I know, beyond the laws of physics.
A few hours after the incident, men in black-type personnel, presumably with top-secret clearance, seized most of the footage before erasing it and leaving.
When we actually had a helicopter come on board, and I saw just plainclothes guys come on board, you know, just normal suits, and a couple, you know, it looks like a couple of officers, and then about maybe 15, 20 minutes later, I get called down to combat to sign over all of the data recordings, and they wiped CEC too.
But he knocks on the door, and there's him. He's in his flight suit. There's two guys behind him in flight suits. They weren't our officers. They weren't born officers, so I had no clue who they were. I only had one side to the safe, so it was a couple minutes before the other side came back up. We open them. I start to sign him out. He says, "Don't worry about it." And we hand him the 6 bricks that were on a flight, 3 of our bags, and he leaves.
In some of the biggest UFO alien news of all time, that in my opinion didn't